All right, this is the last thing that I'm going to work on tonight. I know in the last clip where the engine was running, um, I said that was probably where I was going to stop, but I ended up going through and painting the plywood so that it wasn't just plywood, and I could start working on doing some of the base scenery with the ballasting and some dirt that I'm going to be using. I have some red dirt that I want to use for kind of the base color, I guess, for lack of term, or the first foliage, whatever it is. But so that's where we're at. I use just a mix of burnt sienna, some brown oxide, and then just a couple of lighter like territorial beige and khaki, just here and there, just to kind of mix things up, as you can kind of see on this side, just so it wasn't completely uniform. So anyway, that's where we're at. I'm going to call it on this tonight and pick up working on it tomorrow. So we'll see everybody in the next clip. All right, have done a little bit more work. Not much so far. Well, first was sifting through, how many cake pans were there? 4 cake pans of dirt, and I was able to fill up this 16-ounce, give or take, bucket, and going to use that and first do in between the tracks so that the ballast is actually on top of it, and I think it'll look a little better. But the other thing that I've done is went in and put or super glued the platforms onto the module pieces. I made sure not to super glue the joint there, because that's where the modules are at. I've known to do something silly like that in the past, so I made extreme sure not to do that. But it's looking good. I decided to use the 3 kind of cars that would be coming along this track on a regular basis that are different. And that is, the passenger cars, regular, streamlined, a El Captain car, double or dual deck. I can't remember the name of it right now. And then my camera car. The camera car mainly because of the extra that it sticks out. I wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to get affected by any of this. It might get affected by the platform, but we'll see. And if it does, that'll just be a slight bump in the video, and people have to deal with that. But the main car that I went off of was the El Captain car, mainly because that's where the door matches up exactly with the platform, or just slightly higher or lower depending on the cork in that. So, but everything, it looks good. It doesn't hit any of it, and so that's ready to go. And I'm going to start with getting the dirt and that in between the tracks. Hopefully I can get all of that done today. That's going to be kind of my goal. And then start ballasting tomorrow, maybe tonight. We'll see. So that's that for now. All right, I've hit a major milestone, and I'm really happy and excited. That's kind of a giveaway, but the other night I did a live stream and showed ballasting this module, and of course all of it's ballasted, as you can see, even back down to there. So everything ballast is done, and some of it is still a little wet. Trying to see if there's any on camera. No, I think it's all off camera, but it's still, you can kind of see it here. It's been cold, so things are still drying. and that's fine. It's going to warm up a little bit, but I digress. It's done, the ballast, and that's good for me. I do intend, I've got a little spot. Let me move it down a little bit. You might see it. Yep. So I intend to have kind of a garbage pile here, and I'm going to paint the rails up and do some static grass in there. That's at least the hope. We'll see. I'm slowly losing time, but a massive stress is gone because all of the wiring is done for the layout, or for both the power and the dwarf signals. So I'm really happy about that. The only thing I need to do further with the dwarf signals is, we'll see if I can do it on this side. Let's move you down just a little bit. There we go. You can see that there's some light bleed. So what I'm going to do is use the one super glue that I have that's actually cures with blue light. And I'm going to go through, cover it up, re-glue it, and then, cure it and whatnot. And then I'm just going to hit it with some black paint. That'll take care of it. Even now, it will do what it needs to. So I'm not too worried about that. But you can see all green when you swip or turn the turnouts. They do go to their opposing color of, in this case, yellow. So that's this side. Let me move over to the other side and we'll show you that. All right, so as far as scenery over here, I've got a couple buildings that I'm going to end up putting over here just temporarily. I may do some dirt around it so that it looks like it's supposed to be there. We'll see. I'm not positive on how far I'll get. But at least for this switch, I have it so that if it's going straight, it's green. Mainly because that is, there's going to be a few others that are there. And so that's that. And then if I can get it done up right. And that one. So anything that is, all of these that are back here, the travel is towards them. I had originally thought to have it be inversed. That way, if you were on this side of them, you could see. However, I scrapped that idea mainly because of some of the club members I was talking to was like, that doesn't really make sense. And I also didn't realize that all of the toggle switches for the tracks were going to be over here. So in theory, you're going to be walking over a little bit to see the signals anyway. So really happy that this turned out and is working. The only other thing that I may do is I may end up putting another resistor on just down below off of the wire coming out, mainly because this is kind of bright, but it is also dark in here. So I'm going to hold off and wait until the train show and see what it looks like with that. And if we need to, I'll kill it a little bit with another resistor. So anyway, that's where we're at. I'm really excited about this, and we'll see everybody in the next video.